Hey guys, Connor here with Chrome Designs, and thank you so much for watching this video. Today I've got a very exciting Cinema 4D tutorial to release to you guys, and what I'm going to be calling it is a camera lock. I believe it doesn't have a specific name, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be locking the camera to follow certain aspects of an animation. In this case I've got 5 simple kind of spheres, and they're going to drop down and the camera's going to lock onto one of them and follow along through its course. I'll take a quick preview here, and you see it follows the top one as it falls down, bows off. It follows it along as it rolls, and no tracking or animation or camera movement was used in this. It's simply using the XPresso and tags. So I think without further ado we'll get started. So I'm going to go to File, New, set up the new Cinema 4D scene, and without too much effort we're going to add the basic kind of typical scene with the kind of floor, and we're going to use spheres for this. Obviously this will fit in with your animation, so it might not necessarily be spheres. However, this is good to simply give a preview. So I'm just going to go to MoGraph, cloner object at the same time. Obviously drag the sphere as a child of the cloner object, and I'm going to change the mode to grid array. Not grid array, my bad, radial. And the reason I'm using radial is it just bounces off each other, and it probably looks the most aesthetically pleasing from first glance. And I'll rotate it just a little bit so they don't fall down flat and kind of run lateral along each other. It's just a little bit of rotation to get the general gist of exactly what we're going to be creating. And we're going to add a rigid body on both the floor and the cloner object. So right click, MoGraph tags, rigid body, and again repeat this on cloner object, right click,